Good morning, it's Dave at All Important Reviews, and I've got with me today a Lord Timepiece Sport Classic Black 45mm quartz watch with a rubber band. It is 45mm, it's not got a ceramic bezel, I think that's aluminium. It's a stealthy kind of military style all black watch with a very flexible rubber band. It's got a highly accurate quartz Miyota Japanese movement inside. Obviously you've got a tiny date window without a cyclops. It does have markers for 9, 3 and 6 o'clock. And the indices are somewhat loomed. So the case is steel. The case back is obviously a stainless steel that's got some etching on it. The band is, as I've mentioned, it is a rubber band. It's got these quick release pins which are very good. The size at 45mm means it is a very big watch, or quite big, and it might be off-putting to many people. I have just over 7-inch wrists, and I used to wear G-Shocks every day, and I still do wear G-Shocks actually. And G-Shocks are massive watches generally. So to me, I can actually handle the big size. But it is big, and I'm going to show you when I do a wrist shot in a bit. So the size is in many ways a downside, but it could also be a positive depending on the which way you look at it. The weight of the watch, it feels quite light really. I'll just confirm the thickness. Yeah, so it's 11 and a bit millimeters thick, so it's quite a thin watch. Yeah, no, that says it's 40. Yeah, it's more like 40, 44, 45. But with it only having, an 11.5mm thickness, you could wear it with a shirt and it could go under a cuff because it's not a particularly thick watch. The dial is obviously this beautiful, it's kind of like a very, very, very dark grey, and it is sunburst from what I can see. It does have a nice kind of reflective appearance to it. I think the watch looks fantastic. I think that the black, the dark stealthy look gives it a really effective, sleek look. Legibility, because they've loomed the hands, it is moderate. It can be at night a little bit difficult to tell the time because obviously it's an all black watch, and the loom is not too great. The bezel is a unidirectional bezel. Very tough to kind of move. It's okay, it feels quite sturdy. I would say it's a moderate bezel action. You have got on the dial, you've got the Lord logo, which looks okay. I mean, I never move the bezel. It's just the kind of person that I am. I would never use this to time anything or anything like that. You've got your 100-meter water resistance, which is always a positive if you want to take it on holiday, go swimming or whatever. I'll just show you what it's like on my wrist. Fits okay, but I will be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this rubber band. It's nowhere near as good as a Casio rubber band. It does feel like a kind of cheap rubber, if I'm honest, even though it is quite thick. I mean, I would say it's about 3mm thick, that rubber. Let's just measure it. Wow, it's actually thicker. It's actually more like 5mm. So the band, although it is quite thick, it is soft and very pliable. But on my particular wrist and the way I like to wear watches, I would never wear it on this rubber band. What I would either do is I would get an AliExpress rubber strap. You can get ones that are similar to the Rolex Oyster Flex, and I would put one of them on it. It's because it has got 22mm lug width, but you can get those type of bands that have a support around here and are already curved, and I would put that on this watch with a kind of Rolex style clasp. That's what I would do, because I think they're the best type of rubber bands that you can possibly get. Or I would get a bracelet for it, but because this is a kind of matte black, it's difficult to find a matte black bracelet that's 22mm, I've found. You know, it won't look right on a jet black bracelet because, you know, the watch is not jet black, I don't think. Or I would put it on a NATO strap. But I personally, as I've mentioned before, I don't like NATO straps. I don't like the way they feel, and I don't like the way they look. However, on this particular watch, a kind of green one or a camo one is okay and does look okay because of the type of watch that it is. It's another watch in my collection that I don't actually have an all black watch like this, which is why I wanted to buy it. But I will actually be selling it because I'm so used to wearing kind of 40mm, 41mm watches now that unless it's a G-Shock, you know, for overall comfort and all that, I just prefer a slightly smaller size. So I am going to get rid of this watch. I'm going to put it on my eBay shop and get rid of it. But it has been, you know, I've had it for a few months. I have scratched the bezel a little bit there. But, you know, if you want just an everyday beater watch, you're okay with a rubber strap, or you want to swap it out for a NATO, anything like that, you're getting a pretty decent watch now. Now, Lord timepieces, obviously, I think they're a kind of internet, you know, fashion brand. I don't think they have any kind of horological history or anything like that. They're just obviously getting these made in China. But I am fairly impressed with the build quality, although I've took it in the shower with me, and it was fine, but I've not tested, obviously, the water resistance, but it's nominally 100 meter. Obviously you're getting the Miyota movement, so you're getting the accuracy of the quartz that it gives you. It's whether you could accept that size of 45mm that many people cannot. Put it on my wrist. I'm a disaster. I mean, the sapphire, well, the crystal, it's a mineral with sapphire coating, according to the manufacturer. So it's not a true sapphire crystal or a true synthetic sapphire crystal. It's just got a coating of sapphire on the mineral. As far as I understand it, based on what they've put on the website. I just wish they did this in a 40mm. If they did it in a 40mm, it would be a game changer, because I would keep it, or even 41 or 42, but 45, just as an everyday wear, it's a little bit too bulky. But not a bad effort. thanks for watching my review. Please subscribe. I'll put a link down below if you wanted to order the watch from Lord, from their website. Okay, it's. I think you can get it now for £69, which is not too bad really. I wouldn't pay more than that for this watch though.